Start, Murtiji.
Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada-shankaram Loka-shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam
Keshavam
Keshavam Bhadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutav Vande Bhagavantav Punah Punaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om.
Hari Om. With the grace of Sri Prabhuji, Koti Namaskarams to Sadguru Sri Prabhuji. We are here in this class again discussing the Drk-Drsya Viveka by Swami Vidyaranya. And this class, where do we start with? Guruji has started last class we were to do this. We will start with this shloka and see how it goes. Okay. This is verse 31. Vidyate hrudaya grantihi छिद्यते सर्व संशयः क्षीयन्ते सर्व कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. What does it mean? Anyone, you want to read it and explain? Anyone can volunteer to do that. Vidyate hridaya granthi.
The knot of the heart is cut. All doubts are resolved and all his karmas get exhausted when the vision of him who is high and low takes place.
Vidyate hridaya granthi, knot of the heart. Chidyante sarva samshaya, all doubts are resolved. Kshiyante sarva karmani, all the karmas get exhausted. When tasmin drishtre paravare. Paravare means he is neither high nor low, neither inside nor outside. It is undescribable, indescribable. That is paravare. Cannot be described in words. So this is the
state of Sadguru, state of an enlightened.
Okay. So what is the knot of the heart, Rajni? Which is this knot of the heart?
Just this knot of the heart. This is this
Granthi.
Granthi means knot. What is this knot? What is the knot we have all been carrying for lifetimes?
Okay, this is the karmic, this thing which we carry, or the emotions that we carry.
Correct. What else? In one word.
Ragadvesha.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
Ignorance.
Ajnana, in one word.
Okay.
Ajnana is the knot of the heart. Ashte.
Okay.
Ajnana is the Hrudaya Granthi. Why Hrudaya Granthi? Why is it called Hrudaya Granthi? Why is it in the Hrudaya and not in the brain or in the feet or in the waist? Why is it called Hrudaya Granthi?
It is Anahata Chakra and heart of love. So when everything is cleared, there is clarity. So you give love everywhere. Bhagavan everywhere.
Because that I am feeling is in Hridaya.
Yes.
The I am feeling is in the Hridaya. Why? Why not somewhere else? Why andre? Krishna has said, no, in the Gita, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe Arjuna tishthati. He has said, isn't it? In many scriptures, God has declared, where am I? I am in the Hridaya of everyone. In fact, Sri Ramana goes on to say that the intellect is the Hrudaya is the intellect for spiritual seekers. It is not the brain. Ramana uses the term Hrudaya for in lieu of Buddhi also. It is that important. So where is the Ajnana? In the Hrudaya Granthi. Where is Ishvara? In the Hrudaya. Where is knowledge? In Hrudaya. Everything, that is why the heart is the center. So, Vidyate Hrudaya Grantihi, Chidyate Sarva Samshayaha. No more questions. Questions will drop. No? That's what people keep saying. When all the doubts are resolved, questions will not drop. The questioner will drop. That's what Prabhuji says. Imagine. See, the subtle difference. Question stops or questioner will stop. Will drop. The questioner will drop, Andre. What is the implication of that statement? So
No
Then there
doubts
is
at
no
all.
question of another questions arising. If the questions drop, they may drop till today. Still, there is a chance that they may pop up again tomorrow. But if the questioner drops, then
questioner.
the questioner drops, then there is no question of any doubts, no question of any other
Well,
questions.
what happens to the questioner? How does he drop?
He becomes a gnani.
He becomes one with the consciousness. He's one.
Correct. Questioner means there is an entity. There is an entity with an ego, the questioner. Alva? So when the questioner drops, it means the ego has merged with the source. Gnani will be there for all practical purposes, interacting in the world, everything is there. But that ego which identifies with the BMI is dropped. And so all the karmas get exhausted. How will you explain that, Shaila? All karmas are getting exhausted.
When I'm not BMI,
Mm.
so from the pure conscious level, all activities will be going on like it is happening. So all karmas and vasanas will be exhausted.
What are the karmas that get exhausted out of 4 karmas?
Sanchita, Prarabdha, Agami won't it won't be collected because the individual like Jiva will be active from the pure conscious level. So Agami won't be coming.
So doership and bhokta karta is not there. So there is no agami, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Sanchita is not there, or it is there? It is bank balance will be there or not?
It will be there, but in present, this thing, whatever in pure Sakshi Bhava, it gradually dissolves. And whatever at present Jiva, whatever he has got, so that will be, that can't be taken away. So
What
till
is
then
that
it will
called?
be
What is that called?
continuing.
What is that called? The present which is going on in life, which is that karma?
Prarabdha.
Prarabdha.
The Prarabdha.
Prarabdha, whatever has come in this lifetime.
The positive,
Helu, Jayashree, explain. Jayashree,
can I answer?
Yes, please carry on. Yeah.
The good karmas of the gnani will be distributed among his students, and the negative karmas will be distributed among the opposite people who oppose him.
Correct.
Who come in the way of his gnana.
Correct.
Or yagna.
Yes. Correct. That is what it is said. So that Sanchita, that FD will be distributed as per everyone's karmas. Good karma they will get. Students, disciples, devotees will get, and the rest will be going to the people who are opposing it. Correct. So prarabdha, whatever is come on the plate of the gnani, it will be consumed, Papa. What else can you do? The best thing about prarabdha, you know what? There is one very good thing about prarabdha karma. We often feel that all karmas are, karma means the way we say it only in Kannada, yo, karma. But there is some good thing about karma. What is it? Prarabdha karma. Everything is good about it. We have come with this whole environment we have inherited with the satsang and all. That is good prarabdha karma only. No. Both
So
are.
having the guru in your life today is your prarabdha or it is the good karma. And it will pave the way for your further spiritual journey. So that has come in, if it has come today to me. So that is a good karma in today's life.
Correct. And some unsavory things which we bring along in our lifetime. I don't like a dish that have been served. That is also prarabdha. That is good only. Why?
That pushes me towards more. It pushes me more towards the spiritual life.
Sorry. Correct. And one very, very vital point is there.
Our bad karma is getting destroyed.
Yeah, it is getting reduced. Minus, 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 minus. Isn't it? At least it's the thing about this prarabdha karma is it is always all the time getting reduced. Ghatayati, it is called. It is getting reduced all the time. That's the best thing about prarabdha. So if something something that which I don't like comes my way, welcome it. Come and go fast. Like that. So kshiyante sarva karmani. Kriyamana karma is there for Gnani? Kriyamana karma.
No, Ji.
No, Kriyamana is also not there because there is no identified way identity with karta or bhokta.
Bhokta.
Ashte. Then what happens? When will all this happen? When I see that paravara, when I see that paravare, that which is beyond the senses, when that is grasped, all this will come to fruition. Nice. So we'll yes, tell. Somebody said something?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Heli, sir.
As Bhagavan Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, that in this lifetime, if I am not able to realize the point at which it was stopped, it resumes because of the prarabdha karma in the next janma. That is one of the, and we need not worry. We need not be short-sighted. So we can have hope.
Correct.
So otherwise, we need not do this.
We don't go to LKG and we don't go to LKG and learn ABC.
Yes.
See, that is one of the things that Prabhuji discusses in the talks that we have selected. What is the difference between worldly knowledge, the pursuit of worldly knowledge, and the pursuit of spiritual knowledge? Explain properly now.
Ma'am, before that, knot of the heart is cut.
Not of
I
the
just want to make one observation there.
Yes.
This knot originates at the Hritsthala, as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. That is where these two things, the Maya originates. Two things. Actually, three things. Jnana Shakti, Ichcha Shakti, and Prana Shakti.
Yeah.
So Maya manifests at this point. Once we have that Jnana, Maya cannot dominate the person who has actually witnessed this, actually seen this, actually understood it. So it is a logical understanding. There is no physicality there. With our own experience, if we look at our own experience, with Sakshi Bhava, we can actually see Ahankara, not directly as I am. It is embedded in all the thoughts that are there. Absolutely. If we decipher that structure of that thought, where Aham is embedded. So actually the confusion here is there are two eyes. Yes. One eye in the mind and ever-present eye which is there in Lutsthala.
Source.
Yes. That is encapsulated by
small eye.
Maya Shakti. So
Correct.
once that is, when we get,
We understand. Yeah.
when we open that, so then we can actually see both of them. That eye and this side, both are there.
Very
When
nice.
that will happen, that will happen when we go subtler and subtler and subtler, because the intellectual understanding is also an arts. Intellectual I would say intellectual what do I say?
Exercise.
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Intellectual arrogance or intellectual understanding is also an arts, which actually suppresses, or which will this subtle ion, which will cover up. One will not be able to experience or feel that.
The ultimate dropping is of the intellectual arrogance.
Yes, yes. And the another good thing about the God has left the traces there is, in case of ego can never be present always. Why do we do meditation for longer hours? We do meditation for long hours, more than 10 minutes, more than 30 minutes. Maybe just observing the breath or whatever it is. At some point in time, I as a mind, thinking mind, resolves into its source.
Correct.
So this I which is coming and going, I am already witnessing it.
Correct.
This will become silent, and that I, even during that silence, which is already there, but location of that I is different than the I which was coming as part of the thought.
Correct, Murthy. Correct.
Yeah.
A small I can be witnessed when one is identified with the big I. Simple, isn't it? Correct.
Yes.
See, in daily life also, some phrases that we use, no, they are Mahavakyas that I am realizing these days. For example, my husband has the habit of saying Dekha Jai. He is from Mumbai, so a lot of Hindi is there in his conversation. So when I say, oh, at 1 o'clock somebody is coming, what happens if I am not at home? He will say Dekha Jai. Let us see. I think in all languages we use Nodana, Parkalam. We keep saying that, no? But it is a Mahavakya. Just think about it. Dekho, bas dekhte raho. No, that is Sakshi Bhava. Dekha Jai. So one has to remember this Sakshi Bhava all the time. Just step aside and look. Dekha Jai. And in Sanskrit, there's a very beautiful phrase. Drishta Nashta Swabhavaha. What happens if I see Sakshi? What happens when I take the Sakshi Bhava? This happens. Chidyate Sarva Samshaya happens. What happens is Drishta Nashta. The moment you see something, it becomes Nashta. So the moment you see the small I rising, the ego rising, when you see it, it becomes neutralized. See what a powerful power we have, powerful weapon we have with us. That Sakshi Bhava is the most powerful weapon one can have. Yeah.
The other way to put it across is like this Sakshi witnessing that. Then there is a division happens. All this while, I as a person thinking mind, part of the mind itself. There is no difference between I and mind. It is mind itself is part of me, or I am part of the mind. When Sakshi Bhava happens, there is a separation. Now I have clear identity.
Got it.
And this mind is object. So just objectification itself resolves most of the emotional problems.
Yes, yes. Putting a distance is the first place.
Yes, yes.
And then resolving everything into Sarvam Kalpinam Brahma is the second step. But let us go with the first steps once.
Yes.
First step. Separate. Neti, neti. And then iti, iti. Okay, good.
Purnimaji, I have a question.
Yeah.
How is the Sanchit karma of an enlightened one dissolved? He comes to this stage with everything covered, everything finished?
No. Sanchita is that FD. So per one lifetime, a little of it is withdrawn. Saving. Yeah, that is prarabdha. So there's still something more left, Allah. So with jnana, for a jnani, there is no karma at all because he has, the individual has dropped anyway. But that FD is there, that Ishvara likes to settle all the accounts.
Okay.
Okay. So it is said that the jnani has the power, okay,
Huh?
to distribute his sanchita karma, the FD, like he will do a will. A dying person will do a will. Let this go to this person, let this, my house go to someone, let my jewelry be given. All that will be done by the jnani / Ishvara. So the good karmas of the jnani, sanchita karmas, will be given to the students or disciples or those who are on the path, satsangis. And the bad karmas will be given to Duryodhana types who are coming in the way of self-realization.
So that way, nature of the Prakriti itself is giving only, not taking.
Whether good or bad, it's only giving all.
It's
Very
giving only, so it has to be distributed.
Yeah, it has to be distributed. Nothing can be left like that, unaccounted.
Left
Yeah.
hanging.
The karmic cycle, everything has to be settled, all the debts cleared. Anything else, people, you want to add to this shloka, or shall we look at some more shlokas? Yeah. As per many scholars, Pandits, this is the last verse of the Drk-Drsya Viveka. What else is there to say? Tell me. Is there anything left to say? Shidhyate sarva samshayaha. Yet, there are 10 more, 15 more shlokas which scholars feel have been added later by some other, Mahatma. So quickly we'll take a look at these shlokas and we can discuss if we feel it is necessary. Avichinna chidabhasaha tritiyaha swapna kalpitaha vigneya strivividho jivastrayadayaha paramartikaha. So somebody can read this and explain. Anupama, you want to take a shot?
There are three conceptions of jiva, that is consciousness, namely as that limited by prana, etc., as that presented in the mind, and the third one, consciousness, as imagined in dream, to have assumed the form of a man, etc.
Three conceptions of jiva are there. Papa, very, very convoluted sentence.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
I don't understand, Ji.
Wait, let us unravel this Granthi. There is the prana. Which is the pranic body? Gross body.
Gross body.
What is the subtle body? Mind.
Seer
And
1, Seer 2, Seer 3.
Seer 3 ellide ille. There are no seer. Seer 3 is not here.
The third one, consciousness. Oh,
See,
as
for jiva,
imagined
they have
in
used that.
dream.
For jiva, the translator has used the word consciousness. So you can see jivatma. Okay. Three conceptions of jivatma is there. One is the gross, which is limited by prana. Correct. Because the prana goes, jiva will go. Jivatma is gone. And then mind is there. Subtle body is there. And then there is a dreaming state is there. Okay. Consciousness as imagined in dream. Okay. Maya, perhaps that, I'm dreaming that I'm anyway, let us not worry about this. Anybody wants to add to this? That is why this is not written by Vidyaranya. No, maybe the translation is not perfect. Swapna kalpitaha. In my swapna also, I imagine Prabhuji's favorite example, no? I'm a dream girl. He keeps saying, no, about the dream girl. I have this gross body and I have a dream body also, because in my dream I take many, many forms. Even a bird or an animal or I'm a fairy, whatever. I imagine myself in swapna. Correct. For Chidabhasa, they have used the word as consciousness here, jiva. Correct. Avichinna Chidabhasaha, that original, that reflection, Chidabhasa, has three kinds of imaginations. One is the Swapna Kalpita, what I am in my dream, and one what I am actually in the gross body, and one which is in my imagination. Oh, I think, yeah, I got it. There are three triplets, no? Prabhuji keeps saying triplets. One is the divine child. Chidabhasa is actually divine child only, isn't it? Pure reflection is what? Nothing other than the original only. And then there is my own imagination of my CV in my head. I am so and so, I am so and so. It could be good, it can be bad also. I am a useless fool. All that is my this one stage. My own imagination of what I think I am. There is one, what I am is pure consciousness. What I think I am is what is in my head. And again, there is one more in the swapna, I am something else in the subconscious level. Something like that. So basically, this jiva is going through a lot of visions and imaginations, delusion in life, basically. That is the whole thing. Okay. Avicheda kalpitasya avachedyam tu vastavam. Tasmin jivatvam aropad brahmatvam tu swabhavataha. Okay, this should be easy. Anyone else? Indra, you want to take this? Yeah, this is a good one.
Limitation is illusionary, but that which appears to be limited is real. The jivahood of the self is due to the superimposition of the illusionary attributes, but really it has the nature of Brahman.
Simple, no, Indra? Limitation is illusory.
Yeah, what we think we are.
We are limited in three types of limitations we have discussed.
Yeah, body, mind, and intellect.
No, that is fine. Three types of limitations vis-a-vis Brahman. We have three times. The Jivatma has got Paramatma versus Jivatma. Paramatma has no limitations. Jivatma has limitations. What are the three limitations?
Space,
Vastu kala,
Desha, Kala, Vastu.
Okay.
Indra?
Yes.
Desha means what? Limited in?
The place, space.
Space. What space is limiting me?
the body, the
Pot
shape,
space.
the body.
Body space. The pot space, no? Ghatakasha. I'm the pot space. I'm the body. The body is limiting me in space. Why? I'm sitting here in this living room. I cannot be simultaneously sitting in the kitchen. Very, very obvious limitation I have of the body. Kala. What is the Kala limitation? Whereas Paramatma has no such limitation. An avatar of Sri Krishna had no such limitations, isn't it? He could be everywhere all the time. The gopis, each gopi had one Krishna for herself. So he did not have the limitation of Desha. So Kala limitation is what, Indra?
Is the lifespan.
Lifespan. Okay. I can also, in the same moment, I cannot occupy different spaces. That I think the lifespan is there. Kala is there. Birth and death is there. Correct. Desha, Kala, Vastu. What is this Vastu limitation? Anybody can?
I cannot be that.
I can only be Purnima. I cannot be Rajni. I have a limitation. This is the limitation of the, and this limitation is what? Illusory. That is what this shloka is saying. That which appears to be limited is unlimited. That is the next point to be observed in this shloka. This whole thing, this whole package deal with appears to be limited is actually unlimited, which means Jiva is nothing. Jivo Brahma eva na para. Isn't it? Is that the conclusion? Yes, that is the. So, the jivahood of the self is due to the superimposition of the illusory attributes. But really, it has the nature of Brahman. Done. Nice sloka. 34. avichinnasya jivasya purnena brahmanaikatam tattvamasyadi vakyani jagrune tara ಜೀವಯೋಹೋ. ಹಾ, ಯಾರು ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಇದನ್ನ? ಅನುಪಮ
Now odla.
ಹಾ, ಹೇಳ.
Such Vedic statements as that thou art that, etc., declare the identity of partless Brahman with the Jiva who appears as such from the standpoint of the theory of limitation, but it does not agree with the other two views of Jiva.
ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, so the Mahavakyas, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, they are all declaring what? They are declaring the unity of Jiva and Ishvara. Alva? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara are one and the same. That is what all the Mahavakyas are declaring. From which point? This teaching of the Mahavakya is for whom? For Jiva or for the Ishvara?
For Jiva.
For Jiva.
For Jiva.
From the standpoint of theory of limitation is for Jiva only. For me. For the Ajnani, Hridaya Granthi wala Jiva, this teaching is given. Mahavakyas are given for the Jiva. All this is given for the Jiva only. Limited fellow. But it does not agree with the other two views of Jiva. What does not agree? That Mahakavya is declaring that you are Brahman, so it does not agree that you are limited by a body or mind or whatever. I think that must be the implication of this verse. Then, Brahmani avasthita maya vikshepavrutti rupini avrutyam khandatam tasmin Jagat-jivo prakalpayet. Shaila is there?
Yes, madam. Yes, I'm here.
Uttira agata.
How the Vyavaharika Jiva and Pradibhasika Jiva arises from Brahman, Paramarthika Jiva, Maya, which has the double aspect of projection and concealment, is in Brahman. It limits the indivisible nature of Brahman and makes it Brahman, appears as the world and the embodied being.
Easy, no? What is Vyavaharika Jiva? What is the meaning of Vyavaharika Jiva?
The body mind.
Correct. Transactional Jiva. What in the waking state, what we have is called as Vyavaharika Jiva. What is Pratibhasika Jiva? So 3 Jivas are there. Vyavaharika, Pratibhasika and Paramarthika. So Vyavaharika...
Is it subtle body? No.
Correct. Subtle body, dream body also. Subtle body, dream body is called Pratibhasika. Imagination, the subtle, the mind, functioning of the mind and the dreaming, all that is called as Pratibhasika Jiva, which is imagination. See, even in this Vyavahara world, Ishvara is Vyavaharika, pure Sat. There is no imagination required. What does Pratibhasika mind do to the Vyavahara? It creates a rose is red, but one who has got problem with eyesight, that rose might look as pink, color blindness. That is Pratibhasika. What is there. What you see is what you get. That is Vyavaharika. But Pratibhasika is the individual minds, projection of the individual minds, Raga Desha, that is Pratibhasika. And then Paramarthika is Brahman. So Maya does all this, projection. And Avarana and Vikshepa is the two, this thing of Maya. But what is Maya? Maya is Brahmashraya. It is in Brahman only. Maya, does Maya have an independent existence? No. It is Brahmashraya. So what does Maya do? It limits the indivisible nature of Brahman and makes Brahman appear as the world and the embodied souls in it. Simple. Nothing to discuss here, I guess. Jivodishthana chidabhaso bhavet bhokta hi karma krita. Bhogya Rupamidam Sarvam Jagat Syat Bhuta Bhautikam. Murtiji. You are muted, I think.
It is because the fallacious presentation of consciousness located in the buddhi performs various actions and enjoys their results. Therefore, it is called jiva. And all this consisting of the elements and their products, which are of the nature of the objects of enjoyment, is called Jagat, universe.
Quick, short explanation, expansion on this. Short and simple.
That compression algorithm itself is taking so much time.
I think it's all covered, isn't it?
Yes.
All said here. It's all covered.
I think it is buddhi is limited by the ahankara. Ahankara, it is the slave of ahankara, by the way. And ahankara, the moment buddhi and ahankara are constrained in a limited sense, there is ragadvesha and vasanas, and that enjoyment is what is mentioned here, I think. Yes.
Kartritva, bhoktritva comes from the ahankara.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay, the last sloka for today, and then we'll go back to talks, whatever Prabhuji we had selected. Janadi kalamarabhya mokshat purvamidam dvayam vyavahare sthitam tasmat ubhayam vyavaharikam. Yes, Rajini, you go back. We'll come back to Rajini.
These two, dating from time without beginning, have only empirical existence and exist till one attains liberation. Therefore, both are called empirical.
Anadi kaladinda, this is there. Anadi kalam arambhya. This illusion also. Maya is also anadi along with Brahman, isn't it? Because they come side by side. So Maya is also timeless, anadi, but it has got only empirical existence. And Maya exists only till one attains Chidyate Hridaya Grantihi. That's all. Therefore, both are empirical. What both? Pratibhasika and Vyavaharika. The previous sloka referred to Pratibhasika and Vyavaharika, no? So both are of empirical existence, which will sustain only till one is in ignorance. I think that should be done. I think
this is very well explained in that snake and rope.
Snake and rope. Yes. Snake and rope.
That illusion is
timeless.
Pratibhasika. I mean, seeing the snake. Non-existing snake is Pratibhasika.
Snake is Pratibhasika.
Rope is Vyavaharika. And its existence is
Paramarthika. Correct. Rope is Brahman only appearing as a rope, but for my eyes it looks like a snake. Both rope and snake are illusory. All that is there is Sat, pure existence. Nama Rupa is Mithya.
Yes.
Correct. Nice. So these were some of the shlokas. And then we shall go to those two talks that we had chosen. Okay, let us start with some simple questions. Okay, now I'll make a statement. Looking for Brahman is like a fish looking for water. Explain. Who wants to explain? That's what Prabhuji has covered in this talk.
I will try first, Ponivanji.
Yes, go for it.
Because Brahman is Sachidananda, Brahman is everywhere. Even all beings are Brahman only. Because of my ignorance, because of my Ragadvesha, I am unable to see that. But once Chidyate, just we saw, no.
Vidyate Hrudaya Granthi.
Vidyate Hridaya Granthi happens, then I and Brahma becomes one.
So the world around you will change, Anupama. How will it look
The
to
way
you?
I see the world changes.
What will you see in the
I no more look for water because I know I am in water.
I am in water and I am water.
I am water.
I am water. Correct. So yeah, anything else people want to add to this? Fish in water, looking for water.
In water, out of water, inside, outside, up and down, everywhere is Brahman. So all my experiences are Brahman. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. Okay.
Yes. And so Guruji asked one night, did you recognize my voice in that,
Yes.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I recognized even Gayatri's voice.
Gayatri,
Your voice.
Vani,
Vaniji's voice.
Vani,
Vaniji's voice.
Katyayani, all of us were there.
Vasuji was also there.
Vasuji, Vanuji, oh my God, he just waits for people to come. He's so happy to explain, So beautiful. That whole experience was very nice. Okay, so yeah, he started with the question, Nimuk Brahmanubhava agidya kayati. Who can declare that I have Brahmanubhava? Even now, after all these years of Manana, who is able to say, yes, Manak Brahmanubhava agide? Anyone? You can't declare, no? Why not? Why not? Why not? Because everything is Brahman only. What are we denying here? If I say I don't have Brahmanubhava, what am I denying? My own existence. Which is stupid, isn't it?
If I say it is mind is saying. Mind is anyway, it's a finite thing cannot express or say something about infinite.
But yet, how many scriptures are written about it?
Yes.
So one has to express.
So that is what is that? Compressed into I am. What is the name one can give to himself or herself is I am.
I am. So why we cannot say, Yaar, Brahmanubhava agide? Why can't I declare, Rajini? We know that everything is Brahman. I am Brahman. Whatever I see is Brahman. My irritating neighbor is Brahman. The dog who snaps at me is also Brahman. So, but why I am not able to declare that, yes, I have got Brahmanubhava? Rajini, tell me. Yes, Anupama, you want to say something?
Yeah, Ji, that I understand that everything is Brahman, but that acceptance and my vision to see everything as Brahman has not yet come. Then how can I declare?
Vision has not come. Another thing, there is no special vision that will come. No, it's only in the intellect that one has to understand. That is
that acceptance has not understanding is there, but acceptance is not there. No, Purnimaji.
Implementation is not there. We are not using it. We know it, but we are not using it.
No, it is there. What happens, like as you said, an irritating neighbor or whatever it is, that irritating neighbor also you accept it and you enjoy that also. So when that comes into your life, I think so you are at some place, and maybe 1 minute you might be very irritated, very angry, and immediately you come to this thing. You
swing back.
It takes little time, but then you come to your that balance. So I think so. It is happening.
But irritation is also happening in Brahman only. No, where is it? Where else can it happen? That's the thing.
The mind is so much conditioned. The mind doesn't allow us to, accept it, or it keeps questioning. It doubts.
That is why Drk-Drsya Viveka. That doubt has to be witnessed. Who is doubting? So Ramana Maharshi had that Brahmastra for everything. Asking, who is doubting? Who is getting angry? That Brahmastra has to be applied at every moment. When I become conscious, that is the thing. See, when I'm angry, like Rajini said, yes, I'll be angry, I'll be irritated. But then in retrospect, at least I should be able to apply that. No? In Shaila, say something, Brahmanubhava bagge. Are you experiencing Brahman? Or only sometimes?
No, in serious situations also, I'm able to experience it. Like one of my close relative expired. So I was able to experience that calmness within deep inside and myself, the I.
Very nice. That is what satsang does. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. What about Murthy ji? Brahmanubhava ಆಗಿದೆಯೇ ತಮಗೆ? Actually, nobody can say no to this. Because everything is Anubhava. All Anubhava is in Brahman only.
Yes, yes.
So there is
Whenever I express my gratitude, ನಿತ್ಯ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕೂತಾಗ ನಿಂತಾಗ ಗ್ರಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನೀನೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I think if you can call it somewhere equated that it's all Brahman, my breathing, my walking, my being pain free, everything is nature.
Brahman.
That's what.
That's it. Because there is nothing else. What else is there? That is the whole point. Let the come into our seep deep inside our every cell. There is nothing else. Right now, it is Brahmanubhava only. What is happening? With open eyes, with all the five senses, what we are experiencing now is Brahman. Finish. Yes, Murthy ji, you were saying something.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the difference I am saying is that earlier, whatever used to happen in me, now there is an entity which sees. It is witnessing and says if maybe some vasana, if it is happening by vasana, so it detects. It says something is happening. So automatically I can become alert. Which if you question, then that's a different story.
Jiva, see, we are all talking from Jiva point of view. Nobody, even Prabhuji will talk only for Jiva
Yes,
only.
yes, yes.
Alva? So we'll assume that we are all Jivas only who are
No,
talking.
Jiva only can talk.
Jiva only can talk and express. Correct.
Yes.
So,
I don't look for miracles at all. Everything is a miracle. Everything is a miracle happening.
Correct. That's the truth.
Everything is reality.
Everything is
Reality.
Satta.
Yes.
Yeah.
Purnimaji, Brahmanubhava means exact definition is being a Sakshi or whatever we experience. What is that definition of Brahmanubhava?
Means experience. Brahman is Brahman. Is there a separate experience of Brahman?
No.
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 The Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. That doesn't mean that same, the Ramakrishna example, that doesn't mean you will go and hug a mad elephant or a tiger. But you know,
yes,
the essence is everything is Brahman. And even that Jagat with Nama Rupa, Asti Bhati Priyam Nama Rupa is Brahman only, no? What else is there? Entire whatever manifest Jagat I am seeing, even with my Ragadvesha, that also is Brahman only. There is nothing else. Everything is in Brahman. Brahman is not everything. Now we'll get confused. That Prabhuji keeps saying that, no? Water is wave, wave is water, water is not wave. That's easy to understand.
Yeah.
Even if there is no wave, water is still there. No problem. Water doesn't identify as a wave. That identification to the wave is the jiva. What we are doing now. So Brahmanubhava means only that. Yes, all that I am seeing is Brahman.
Okay.
Understanding itself is Brahmanubhava. Finish.
No, we can take this Sarparaju also. I mean, snake and rope. Once that illusion of snake goes away, We are not imagining or we are not thinking about the truth. This substratum, the only illusion goes away. What remains is that substratum. We are not thinking or imagining. This is, I think, this is called
Sahaja. It's become sahaja for me to look at the substratum rather than nama rupa.
Yes, substratum reveals by itself. When you take away, that's the beauty of neti neti. When I do neti neti, all which is visible, all I can see, all I can think. When I take out all that, that by itself reveals. Like the way when the snake, the illusion of the snake goes away, that rope by itself reveals. I need not think about rope. I need not imagine rope. I think this is also called as Akhanda Akara Vritti.
Khandakara Vritti, Brahmakara Vritti. Brahmakara Vritti is the way to be established in Brahmanubhava. You look at something and you think of, you voluntarily and make an effort and think of Brahman. Brahmakara Vritti. Vritti means thought. And each and everything we see in the world is a thought. The world is nothing but a thought. So converting the thought of Nama and Rupa into Brahman is called as Brahmakara Vritti. Isn't it?
Ma'am, it is not thought or imagination. Like, take for example, Neti Neti. In Neti Neti or in Drk-Drsya Viveka, what we have done? We have taken out all that is visible, all that we can perceive through either sense perception or from the mind. We took away all that.
And just establish the drug.
What is left, we are not imagining or we are not thinking.
Not imagining. But in the beginning, it will require some effort. No, in the beginning, it will require some effort. Then it will be.
That is for, no, effort is for, like the way Guruji explained, that screen. Once you see that screen, once this is revealed, Savikalpa Samadhi, to establish in that, to see or to become one with that knowledge.
Correct.
Because of our habitual, we are all habitual offenders. To come out of that, to become sane with this knowledge, some effort is required.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Anything else can be added? So why are even now when somebody asks, do you have Brahmanubhava? Immediately the hand will not go up. You know why? There are 3 stages to understanding this whole thing. One is, we have passed many of the stages, but just to be academic interest, first stage is ignorance, ajnana, which can be removed through what? Jnana. That is happening for us. First there was ajnana about what the everything is, what is the world, Jiva Jagat Ishvara, ajnana was there. Now that ajnana is removed. Then there is confusion, still doubts are there. Vidyante sarva shamshaya has not happened. Why? Because the second stage, it is said, is because of chitta mala, impurity of the mind. That is why I am not able to stay established in that. So the first stage, to remove ignorance, Shravana is important, which all of us have been doing. For the second stage, to remove the confusion and to purify the mind, chitta mala, that confusion jane ke liye manana is required, which we are doing right now. The third stage is, yet I am not able to be established in the truth. Why? That is because of what? Distraction of the mind. That is called vikshepa of the mind. It goes here and there and everywhere. It will come back like that example of a bird which is sitting on a ship. It goes, flies away looking for land everywhere, Papa. It cannot find because the ship is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And so it comes back to the ship and sits. This is where I have to sit, Anta. So that is how the mind keeps flying. Goes everywhere. And then only comes back. So that is vikshepa. To tackle this vikshepa, what has Prabhuji recommended? Shakti Darshana. Indra and Anupama have been doing that regularly. Meditation. to still the distracted mind. And for in the jnana aspect of it, nididhyasana. Again and again and again and again, go on coming back to the teachings. Go back to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Continuous. That is why. That's the only way. There is no other choice. We have to go on doing it. Okay. What else is there?
Actually, that question Prabhuji asked is very profound. Self-knowledge and worldly knowledge.
This is the next question I wanted to ask. What is this upside down way? How is the approach of Atma Jnana different from the approach to worldly Jnana? Who can answer, Shaila? There's a difference. How we acquired worldly knowledge, the way of worldly knowledge and the way of spiritual knowledge. What is
like the banyan tree seen in the water upside down. So our shaka, the roots should be upwards towards Brahman. Udva Moolam Mada Shaka in Bhagavad Gita.
Correct.
So if the shaka is here, I am in the worldly attachments, desires, everything. So it will the shaka towards the Brahman will take me to the self-realization.
Shaka is invisible.
Invisible, yeah.
That's
Sukshma Rupa.
It. Correct. Always the roots are invisible. Only the shaka is visible, which is a manifest world. That is fine. You have explained that Urdhva Moola Mata Shaka. But in this specific talk, Prabhuji has little tweaked it a little bit. Yes, Jayashri.
Yes, in the worldly experience, first the jnana comes and then you go for the experience. I'm sorry, first you have the experience and then Himalaya Hogbeku andre, you prepare with boots, trekking, training, everything, and then go and have the jnana.
Knowledge. First you gather all the knowledge about the tourist spot.
Yeah.
And then you go and experience in world.
Experience. Whereas in Adhyatmic experience, the experience keeps happening and the Gnana comes later. You learn the Gnana through a Sadguru.
Correct. Experience is there all the time.
All the time.
Interpret the experience comes later.
Yes.
Gnana comes later. That is the ulta-pulta approach of. And some more things he has said. What else you can add to that? Anybody else? Anupama?
No, Ji, I did not understand those two videos completely.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Maybe 2-3 times I listen, I can make it out.
Same, only one point he has made, Baba.
Yeah, it's in worldly.
Anubhava, Brahmanubhava, he's talking, but I cannot completely understand the conversation, Purnimaji.
Okay, fine. Okay, Indra, you wanted to say something?
In worldly life, it is suffering. You have to think more about it. But in this, it is stop the suffering and surrender. Surrender is the way.
Surrender, Sharanagati, he has said several times. Sharanagati is important in Atma Jnana. And one more thing, effortlessness. That is something which we have a difficulty in understanding. Without effort, how do you even come to this stage? No? Murtiji, what do you have to say to that? Prabhuji goes on saying the effort for Vyavaharika, we need a lot of effort to study for exams, write the paper, wait for the result, then apply for a job, whatever it is. Lot of effort is involved. But in Atma Jnana, no effort, he says. How is that possible?
This is my interpretation. Actually, I did pass some of the hurdles. Especially when I started 3 years back, focusing or concentrating or listening for 10 minutes was very difficult for me. 5 minutes was very difficult for me. I quit my job because of that. I had that state of mind. I was not at all able to focus anything. So, as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, unless our mind resolves into its source. Till that point, effort is very much required. That is why Karma Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga is required, which requires effort. Once that is there, that is done, there is a subtleness in the mind. With that subtleness, my mind acts like a sponge, absorbs everything from the Shruti. And also, my mind will be able to look at itself.
Yeah.
So, for me, that was a little bit easier because I worked mostly on computer memory. Computer memory, when I debug the problems, I need to visualize how memory is there in my mind, and in my mind, I need to debug. I cannot look at the code and make out the problem.
Very nice.
That way, it was a little bit easy for me.
Left brain working full.
That was the problem.
Logical brain.
That spoiled my life.
No, it's brought you to this point also, no?
Yes.
Intellect is needed for this, Baba.
Yes. No,
Either want to be complete Sharanagati, for that fellow it will come easily, or completely with intellectual understanding, you then come to this point. Same, Jnana, Bhakti, both will ultimately come to the same point.
Yes, nice. The reason I said spoiled is worldly life. And
you can become an impediment.
Yes, one of the biggest gain is like immeasurable gain is that I am here. Actually, if I look back myself, I am not even eligible for this. But by God's grace and Guru's grace, I am here.
See, that's what I believe. Vibhishana, no? When he came to Sharanagati, he came to Ramachandra. He says in that, which is described in Tulsi Ramayana. And he says to Lord Rama, I am completely useless fellow. I am born in a Rakshasa clan. I am completely full of tamas. All my life I was surrounded by tamasic people. Now I have come to you, he says. So I am not even eligible for your darshan, my lord, he tells Rama. So what does Rama say? The very fact that you have come here shows that you are not tamasic. Finish. You are sattvic only. Despite being surrounded by so many tamasic people, you are able to retain that sattva in you. You are more sattvic than more sattvic people. Most sattvic people is what he says. So that way, all of us no need to berate ourselves that I am useless, I am this, I am that.
Yes.
We are here, satsang is there, Prabhuji's satsanga is there, and blessing is there. We are very, 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 very blessed. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam.
Being here itself is the
proof that we are not useless people. We are the very few ones who are actually making use of the human birth. So very grateful. I wanted to say something.
Actually, being in this satsang itself is 90% of the problem is taken care.
90% done.
Remaining 10% of 9% is
grace.
Yes.
It is where grace comes in.
Yes.
No. For that is a very nice example is given. How do you fall asleep? Can you try to fall asleep? Have we all not gone through that process of, I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep? Yes or no? Have you all experienced that? That
Yes, Ji.
Can make effort to fall asleep. You have a busy day, you do all your work, you become physically and mentally tired, and you lie down on the bed. That much is in my hands. At the end of the day, who you fall asleep, he is the blessing of Nidra Devi. It is only grace that can make you fall asleep actually. So that you can use this example for that effortlessness. Guruji keeps on saying in these 2 videos, become effortless, become effortless. This is an effortless process. That effortlessness is grace. But before that preparation has to be done by the jiva. To lie down on the bed until the time you wake up and lie down on the bed, full effort. And how at what point?
Ma'am, till that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. How you are overcome by sleep, nobody can do it voluntarily. It is just the blessing and the grace of God.
We
Yes,
are the chosen souls.
chosen souls. Haudu. Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the effort is required anta ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿದ್ರೆ example. Finally, that X factor is grace. That's all.
Actually, once intellectual understanding is there, for that effort is required, ahankara is required. Once we cross that hurdle, ahankara has to drop, and grace should be there.
Allowed.
Should
open the door, like just like how sunlight.
They cannot be mutually exclusive. They are mutually exclusive. They cannot coexist.
You should just allow with Sharanagati Bhava, surrender Bhava. You do all that you say and say Krishnarpana and you sit. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That's all. What else is there? I think we have covered all the points that were in 70 and 71. Any questions, any more doubts? Otherwise, no. Do you have any meditation video for us, Anupama?
Gee, last
shared
last week, I shared 2 videos now, Purnimaji. We'll do one from that.
Can you share it again?
Divine energy.
Wait, I'm looking for it. I'm not finding it. Let me see. Do you have it right now with you? Can you share?
1 minute, Purnimaji.
And if you are on laptop, can you play it for us? Are you on laptop today? Or Indra?
Yes.
Can I make you host? I made you host, Anupama. Anupama, you can close the session and end it also, okay? In case I have to leave.
Okay, Ji.
Okay, thank you.
Purnimaji, there was just one thought.
Yes.
Earlier we were doing it in the afternoons. That is also very, that's me time also. So if it works with everybody, can we have it post lunch somewhere around even 2:30, 3:30, 4? I don't know if it agrees with
I
everybody.
think by the time the children will come home from school, no, Anupama, by 4:30 and all.
Even 3 to 4, 4:30.
Won't you be rather sleepy after food?
4:30 children will come. Then there will be noise.
I think any problem with this timing? Rajini?
No problem as such, no.
We have had a nice, we had almost 1 hour, 20 minutes of discussion, and now you can do your meditation, no? Not a problem, I think. Because this is really, like she said, this is the quietest hour. Later, it will become noisy in the house. What do you say, Indra?
This is fine, Purnimaji. Because after lunch, I think we'll feel very sleepy, and by 3, we'll have to start preparing for the snacks and those things. Kids will come around 4.
Any day at 10 or 10:30 fixed time, whoever is free can join.
No, we are all joining only. I think this is good, Rajini. Let's not disturb this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll continue.
All right. So, Anupama, I will stop recording now. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। हरिः ओम तत्सत्। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।